What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you want to support me in the item shop with the new Halloween skins releasing soon, use code TBCAT, all in word, hashtag epic partner. It helps me out a ton and I appreciate anyone who does it. Let's get into the video. Let's start off with the skin that I consider to be the most underrated skin in the game, Heidi. She came out in Season 6 of Chapter 1 with, I believe it was November, actually, when it first came out. Kind of like a Thanksgiving skin now, but I really like the design of it, and I rarely see anyone using it. The combo I use with it is the Rainbow Clover back bling, which can be bought during St. Patrick's Day, and the Harley Hitter pickaxe, which can be bought whenever the DC items return to the shop. The October Feast glider that can also be bought with Heidi whenever she comes back. The Baker's Dozen Contrail, which comes out every Christmas, and the X Marks the Spot wrap, which comes out every once in a while. I think this combo is super clean, and I would love to see a lot more people running Heidi, because I think it's a really great skin. Next we have Vix. I know a lot of people were first using her when she first came out back in Chapter 2, Season 2, but she's slowly died down in popularity. However, that doesn't stop my friend from using her, because I know my friend loves to use the skin. Either way, I use the Winky Cat's back bling, which can be bought with the Haley skin, which is part of the Best Friends bundle. The Pick Crossbow, which comes with the Hawkeye bundle whenever that comes back to the shop, as well as the glider that comes with that with the Hawkeye bundle as well. The Winky Paw wrap can also be bought with Haley whenever she comes back to the shop. And I use the Falling Fate Contrail, which was part of the Chapter 3 Season 3 Battle Pass. I think this skin is super underrated with all the styles it has, since it has like 4 different styles, including an unmasked version. And I'm really surprised I don't see many more people using it, but it's a pretty clean skin, and hopefully this combo can spark some ideas for you. Then, of course, we have one of my personal old favorites, Tauren. She was part of the Chapter 2 Season 8 Battle Pass, and I know a lot of people were using her at the time, but she slowly died down, just like Vix. You could unlock her at about Tier 80 in Season 8, and she was a pretty cool skin that I think should have been Tier 100. Obviously, Carnage was that, but we'll move on. For my combo, I used the brand new Black Ops backplate, which can be bought with the Agency Renegades pack that just came out into the shop. I also used the Psyblade with Tauren, which comes out with the Marvel items, part of Psylocke set, and I believe it can be bought for about, what is it, like 800 or something? I think maybe it's 1,200. I don't remember completely. I also used the Cube Cruiser, which was a free reward during the Chapter 2 Season 8 Fort Nightmares event, and I also used the Hyperflight Contrail, which came with the Chapter 2 Season 5 Battle Pass, and I also used the Assassin's Mark wrap, which came with the Cube Assassin December Fortnite crew of 2020. Or wait, no, 2021. My bad. But yeah, I think this is a super clean skin, and I would love, and I think a lot more people should use it just because of how good it looks. It's got a couple different styles, including the Sideways Warrior style, which I'm sure you could make a ton of great combos with that. And then, of course, she also has different color variants as well, which look absolutely amazing. Apparently, from the surveys, we might be getting another Tauren reskin soon, and I would actually love to see that, even if it doesn't look that cool in the surveys. I'd love to see what they actually do with it. Because, hey, if Bites, the worst rated skin in the entire survey, can actually come out, then so can that worst version of Tauren. And now we have a returning skin that's in the shop at the time of this video's recording. We have Jet. She's a Halloween skin that was first introduced in Chapter 2 Season 8, just alongside Tauren, but this time this can be bought in the item shop for just 1,200 V-Bucks. The back bling I'm using is the Tech Plate 8 back bling, which can be bought with the Tech Legends pack and I'm using Crazy 8's back bling. It looks super clean with her. And I'm also using the Skellyfish pickaxe that came with the Alley crew pack, which I think is super underrated. But we're not going to get into Alley because I know that's a very controversial skin, and a lot of people don't like it. But you know, it's a simple skin, and I really like it. But we're not talking about Alley right now. We're talking about Jet. I also use the Cube Cruiser with her, just like Tauren. I think it's a super underrated glider, and I think it goes perfect with a bunch of purple and black skins. I'm also using the Hyperflight Contrail, just like with Tauren, and the same for the wrap, the Assassin's Mark. I know this is a pretty similar combo to Tauren, but I thought I would throw it in there just because Jet is underrated as well. Next up, we have an older skin introduced all the way back in Chapter 2, Season 4. We have Headlock. He's a super underrated skin that not that many people wear, but I think I really like it. And I bought it when it first came out, and I don't regret it to this day. I think it's a really cool skin. The back bling, however, is not that cool, which is why I'm using the chain cape, which came with undercover core in, I believe it was the, like, I forget what set it was from, but the undercover core skin that could be bought during the summer, and it just left the shop like a month ago. So if you missed your chance to buy that, it's not going to come out till next summer, unfortunately, so you'll have to wait for that. But I think the back bling goes really well, and it just looks super clean on Headlock. I'm also using the Leviathan axe. I was going to use the Ghostbuster pickaxe, or the Ghost Rider pickaxes, but the flames just didn't really go with the Headlock skin, so I went with the Leviathan axe. Now, I know that the frozen animation doesn't go that well with him, but hey, it's the best I could do. I also used the Articulated Blade Wing Glider from Chapter 3 at Season 3 Battle Pass, which was part of the Snap set. I think it goes really well with him, and it matches the red on his head perfectly. I'm also using the Wrathful Breakout Contrail, which I know the green doesn't go at all, but hey, it's chains. He's covered in chains. It goes alright. If you want to use another Contrail, I could also recommend the Zip Ribbons from Chapter 2 Season 4 Battle Pass. I'm also using the Doomed Echo wrap, which came with the Demonos Fortnite crew. But yeah, I think this is one of the most underrated Halloween skins in the game, and it's really clean, and it's in the item shop now, just like Jet, if you want to pick it up. Also releasing in Chapter 2 Season 4 is the Party Trooper. I know that it has been a while since this skin returned, and I hope it does return soon for more people to get it. But the style I'm personally using is the J Balvin style. Now, unfortunately, you're never going to be able to get this style again, as it was a J Balvin concert exclusive. You can only get it if you attended the concert while owning the default Party Trooper skin, which looks like this. So this style will become available eventually, and I don't think it looks all bad. I just prefer the J Balvin style better just because of how cool it looks. There's also the Neon Party Trooper, which came with the Ariana Grande event if you owned it during that. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But the one I'm personally going to use for this combo is the J Balvin style. So if you don't have that, you should probably find another combo to use with this, unfortunately. I'm using the Hands of the Galaxy back bling, which came with the Galaxy Grappler skin from Chapter 2 Season 7. The real pickaxe, which came with J Balvin, who unfortunately just rotated out of the shop. I'm using the Nexus War Glider, which the colors go perfectly with Party Trooper, with this style of Party Trooper. Unfortunately, this glider will never be obtainable again because it was only obtainable through participating in all 4 Marvel Cups back in Chapter 2 Season 4. I'm also using the Cluttered Contrail because I think it matches the color scheme perfectly, even if the little emoticons don't, and I'm using the Hexture wrap, which is part of the bonus rewards from this season's Battle Pass. You already knew this combo was coming because of how much I like this skin. It's of course Meow Skulls. She's part of this season's Battle Pass, aka Chapter 3 Season 4, and I think it's a super underrated skin. Then again, we will have to wait for more people to be able to obtain it before we actually say it's underrated, but for now, not that many people are using it. I'm using the Cuddly Bones back bling, which can be obtained right now in the item shop from buying the Skull Squad pack, which is, I believe, $19.99 USD. I'm using the Catwoman's Grappling Claw pickaxe, which comes with Catwoman 0 whenever she comes back to the shop with the DC items. I'm also using the, what is this called? I'm sorry, Cloud Llama Board Glider with the cat style equipped that could be obtained from Chapter 2 Season 7 from the challenges, and the Zip Ribbons Contrail from Chapter 2 Season 4. I'm also using the Spinal Vinyl wrap, but you could also use Summer Skies wrap from Chapter 2 Season 7, which also would fit as well. Right here, it's the piss. I'm not going to read the entire thing. But if you want to go for something different, you could definitely use that wrap as well. But for now, I'm going to use the Spinal Vinyl because I think it works much better. Alright, next combo. And we have Bonehead. I know this skin is ridiculously overpriced and it should only be 1,200 V-Bucks at the least, but it is 1,500, which I get that's a bit steep for not that cool of a skin, but I think it's personally worth it. It's a really cool skin, and I like the color scheme. It kind of reminds me of Eevee, and I really like the glowing effect around the skull inside. Speaking of Eevee, we're actually using her back bling and wrap, which both could be obtained from Chapter 3 Season 3's Battle Pass. I'm also using the Daredevil's Billy Clubs from Daredevil whenever the Marvel's items return to the shop. And I'm using a glider from this season's Battle Pass, the Lunar Sky Span, which goes with the Paradigm skin, and I think it matches the blue really well, and I think it helps add contrast to the red. You gotta have the right balance between red and blue for this skin, and I think this combo makes that perfectly. I also use blue for the Contrail with the Conduct Crasher, which was introduced in Chapter 2, Season 6 as a part of the Battle Pass. And I bet some of you didn't even know this skin existed, because it's not that very well known, and it only comes out from time to time, but I really like the skin because of one thing, the emote. Just listen to these tunes. Of course, just because the best part of the pack is the emote doesn't mean that the skin is bad itself. I personally don't care for the first style and the third style, but the second style has that really nice color scheme that goes perfect with the Guffy Stuffy back bling that can be bought whenever Guff returns to the shop. I'm also using the Star Wand pickaxe, as the colors go perfectly with the skin, and it's obviously a very sweaty pickaxe, so a lot of people will want to use it. And it can be bought for just 850 bucks whenever it returns to the shop. I'm also using the J Balvin glider because I think the colors go pretty well with the skin. And I'm using the Chrono Flame Chrono Flame Contrail, which could be obtained by buying and progressing through the Chapter 2 Season 6 Battle Pass. I'm also using the Keiki Wrap, which could be earned for free during Chapter 3 Season 4 as part of Fortnite's 3rd birthday. And the final skin on this list is the brand new Sinister Glare skin from Fortnitemares. This skin is the concept designed by Drio, I believe is his name, on Twitter, and this skin is absolutely incredible. I love all the creepy details on the hand with like it just looks so realistic and so creepy, and I love how realistic they made that eye look coming out of his hand there. For this combo, I used the #1 back bling because, of course, get it, because he has the hand. I used the pink style, which I believe you can't get this back bling anymore. You had to get it from Twitch drops when it was still available, and you could have gotten this from Chapter 2, Season 3, all the way up to, I believe, about Chapter 3, Season 8. And then they stopped doing that. So unfortunately, you can't get this back bling anymore. But if you do have it, it goes perfect with the Sinister Glare skin. And yeah, I think it just looks so silly. If you don't have that back bling, you can actually use the back bling from earlier. Shout out to Pizzo on YouTube for showing this off. But you can also use Undercover Core's back bling that goes pretty well with it as well. And then for the pickaxe, I used the side blade, which I also showed off with Torin earlier in the video. It just goes really well with him. And then, of course, we have the Spacefarer Ariana Grande glider, which can be bought with her whenever she returns to the shop, which has that eye poking out the back, which just makes it ever so creepy, which looks so cool. And then I'm also using the Wrathful Breakout to go with the green. And I'm using the Sinister Phobia Wrap, which can be bought alongside Sinister Glare as well. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed all the combos included in the video, and I hope this gives you some inspiration to go ahead and make your own. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.